For 2022, the Subaru Forester receives a mid-cycle refresh, just in time to do some adventuring. As long as I don't get my shoes dirty. First, let's cue up that refresh graphic. So good. Now, I'll explain that the refresh includes a revived front end with restyled headlights and grille, stronger roof rails, and updated camera for eyesight driver assistance systems. Similar to the Outback, this model year now debuts the Wilderness trim, which gives the Forester more off-road capability and honestly looks pretty good. Let's see, there's a slight half-inch suspension lift raising ground clearance to 9.2 inches, matte black body cladding and wheels, this anti-glare strip on the hood, trim-specific grille, these cool fog lights, a skid plate, and of course, the Wilderness badge, because you want to let everyone know you're about that wildlife. Oh my God. The Forester being Subaru's bestseller, this Wilderness trim adds some extra oomph to its lineup. Fans of this compact SUV will still appreciate its wide opening cargo area yielding 26.9 cubic feet, and with the rear seats dropped, 69.1 cubic feet. There's also convenient lights and hooks for lighting and hanging. And there's available underfloor storage, and our Wilderness trim actually has a spare tire because you never know how hard you'll be adventuring. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta check my Twitter. Oh, God. Retweet. For storing smaller items, there are multi-level pockets on the front seat backs, a decently sized center console area, cup holders with a removable divider perfect for my huge bike danger phone, and a phone den that's too small for my huge phone but has adjacent USB ports. With this generation of improvements, the core qualities that Forester enthusiasts appreciate are still here. Huge windows for great visibility, a tall roof for outstanding headroom even with a moonroof, and accommodating rear seats. And even at 6'4", I fit back here just fine. I have a good amount of leg room sitting behind myself. My feet could slide under the seat, and the seat backs give a little recline so you could get a little bit more comfortable. And I love that the back of the front seats are soft. That's great. And one thing adding while I'm back here is that you get rear seat vents and 2 USB ports, but doesn't come on the base trim. It should really just come standard. Come on, Subaru. Up front seating is comfortable and the driving position is commanding. Tall sun visors to keep out the sun, interesting texture on some areas but soft materials where you need them, and on the Wilderness trim there's StarTex waterproof seats. And waterproof seats are great because when you're adventuring, you'll never know when things can get messy. And on the seats you'll see Subaru Wilderness, and they have orange stitching that goes with a lot of orange, or I should say gold stuff in here. It's gold everywhere. It's gold on the steering wheel, on the shifter, on the floor mats, on the X mode knob. It's even gold on the roof. It's there. In its least expensive form, a base Forester starts at just under 26 grand, not including destination charges. Standard features include 2 USB ports, automatic climate control, automatic headlights, and a 6.5-inch screen with easy-to-use Starlink infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration. Correspondingly, the interior also has intuitive controls that are straightforward and simple to operate, with a couple exceptions. These buttons are hidden from the driver, and the steering wheel controls for the gauge cluster and dash-mounted screen can be confusing. However, with a little effort, you do get used to it. But while we're here, let me actually show you the front-facing camera on the screen up top, which is good, but I wish they would have placed it on the larger screen at the bottom. But I get it. It's in your line of sight, and it does get the job done. Now, how do I change it? There we go. Every Forester gets Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system. The active torque vectoring can adjust how much power goes to each rear wheel. With the all-wheel drive system and its tall ground clearance combo, the Forester out-SUVs most of its competition. For altered throttle response, there's Subaru's intelligent drive settings, but for X mode, which gives you additional drive modes for better traction, you'll have to spring for the premium trim. And a big part of what makes the Forester so popular is its road manners. I mean, it drives like a car, but it's an SUV. You get these big windows giving you great visibility, and steering, even though it's a bit light, is very responsive, and that all-wheel drive system when you're throwing this into a corner keeps you nice and planted. But when you get up to speed, it is a little bit of wind noise, but overall, the Forester is just a joy to drive. Thanks to the all-wheel drive system, composed handling, and reassuring brake feel, you'll be confident to take this up to your next adventure. These components make up for the lack of power propelling the Forester, which is a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter boxer 4-cylinder engine making 182 horsepower linked to a CVT. Yep, CVT, offering driver selectable ratios. When giving it gas, the CVT reacts quickly to bring your revs up, but the power delivery is rubbery and the CVT tries to emulate traditional gear shifts of an automatic transmission, but all I hear is droning and loud CVT noises. Yeah. Bottom line, full throttle acceleration produces reasonable get-up. Keeping you safe on the road is Subaru's standard suite of driver assistance technology dubbed EyeSight, which includes adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking system, lane departure and sway warning, and lane keep assist. There's also available automatic emergency steering new for 2022, which works at speeds up to 50 miles an hour to help with evasive steering maneuvers. If you plan on towing, the Wilderness trim can tow up to 3,000 pounds, while all other trims will only do a modest 1,500 pounds. Fuel economy for the Forester is decent for all trims except the Wilderness trim. Thanks to its slightly different transmission setup, which is tailored with more of a focus towards off-road work, fuel economy is less efficient. However, if you want to maintain some efficiency in your Wilderness, the standard automatic start-stop feature can help by shutting the engine off when you're not in motion, saving fuel. But I gotta warn you, when you're ready to move, this thing isn't the smoothest. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna cut this off right here. All right. Ascending the trim ladder, you'll find features such as keyless entry, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, power tailgate, panoramic moonroof, heated seats, 8-inch infotainment screen, and dual zone climate controls. For visual aesthetics, consider the sport trim. Coming in at a little under $30,500, it has orange accents throughout, black exterior trim, a roof spoiler, and 18-inch wheels. Or there's our Wilderness trim, which includes all of its off-road oriented features and all-terrain tires, starting at $33,520. Choose the top-of-the-line touring trim with its leather upholstery, premium audio system, and heated steering wheel. You're looking at close to $36,000. Before looking to grab a Subaru, it's good to consider alternatives such as the Nissan Rogue, Chevy Equinox, or the Honda CR-V. For more off-road offerings, there's also the Toyota RAV4 TRD Off-Road, Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, and Mazda CX-50. Even with hard-hitting competition in its segment, the Subaru Forester continues to maintain its cult following. Now with the Wilderness trim, not only is it roomy and practical with all-wheel drive, but it's rugged and ready for that next adventure. So, are you ready to live that wild life? I'm out of here. Let me call my agent.